In the domestic lighting industry, manufacturers often utilise retailers to sell their product as opposed to selling directly to the consumer, which facilitates RPM. One of the major market characteristics affecting the likelihood of RPM is market concentration. In a highly concentrated market, the industry is dominated by a small number of firms, giving these firms significant market power and influence. For example, in our market, 7 firms hold over 90% of the market share, with 3 firms having over 50% of the market, showing their power. For these 3 major players, the chance of introducing RPM is high. They have a large proportion of the market already, so they do not need to worry that maintaining high prices will cause a significant drop in consumer demand. Furthermore, the effects of RPM can be exacerbated if the most powerful manufacturers in the market all decide to introduce RPM. In the case of the decorative lighting market, if the top 3 firms all used RPM strategies, consumers would have less alternatives, increasing the profits of the lighting products for these firms. This behaviour was mirrored by the National Lighting Company, NLC, the parent company of Pool Lighting Limited in our dataset. Pool Lighting Limited own brands such as Endon, Interiors 1900 and Saxby Lighting, who are big players in the decorative residential lighting market. In 2017, a CMA investigation determined that NLC were using RPM to boost profits because its brand owned a significant portion of the market. This case highlights the susceptibility of this market to serious adverse effects from RPM. Furthermore, large sunk costs in the lighting industry deter new entrants from attempting to undercut the established firms. These high barriers to entry allow incumbents to put pressure on retailers to use a minimum price with confidence that a new firm won't enter, diminishing their market share. Both the aforementioned market characteristics increase both the likelihood and the effects of RPM.
Created using Powtoon.